Hello and welcome to On the Agenda, a semi-monthly podcast by the City of Reno that quickly updates you on actions taken at the recent council meeting and checks in with various departments to keep you up to date with happenings at City Hall. I'm AJ from the City of Reno's communications team, and with me, as always, is Reno City Manager Jackie Bryant. Hello, Reno City Manager Jackie Bryant.
Good morning.
We are almost at the end of October.
I know, it's crazy.
The next council meeting is in November, partway through November.
I know. And then, as an aside, in November, instead of doing the 2nd and 4th, we're going to go 2 and 3 because we have a holiday.
The holiday. Okay.
Right.
So everyone listening, remember.
Heads up.
2nd and 3rd.
Because I know y'all are clamoring to attend and watch council meetings.
So today we're going to discuss the City of Reno's Adaptive Recreation Program for military veterans and some recent grants that the program has received. But before we get into our main topic, let's review a few of the actions that were taken at the last council meeting. Here with that, Reno City Manager, Jackie Bryant.
Sure. So we had a couple of really great things happening. First of all, we improved safety for the public by approving a contract for construction of new bollards at the Reno Event Center that keeps cars from crashing into crowds of people. Council accepted a grant from Impact Nevada for the Urban Forestry Program to plant trees along Silver Lake Road. More trees, yay. One of my favorites is that we heard an update because it's been a year since Council approved what we call the Rapid Rehousing Pilot Program. And this program provides a small subsidy for individuals who are homeless. We help them get housing. They stay in Village of Sage until they can go on to one of the Reno Housing Authority's programs, which Reno Housing Authority is not a City of Reno program, by the way, separate and apart from us, but a wonderful partner.
Watching that presentation was really good too. So if people want to check it out, they can do so by visiting our
Very exciting
YouTube.
And not a lot of money. A $200,000 grant and then 2 wonderful donors who will not let us name them. And we're only halfway through the money and we have another year to go.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yep.
Thank you so much for the updates, Jackie. Remember, if you want to watch the council, you can always do so on our YouTube. Just search City of Reno. During this week's meeting, council also approved grants totaling over $40,000 to support adaptive recreation programs for veterans. To help us better understand the grants and the programs and all things adaptive, we are joined today by April Wolfe, our Therapeutic Recreation Specialist in the Parks and Recreation team. Good afternoon, April. Hello.
Hello, and thank you for having me.
Oh my God, thank you for coming all this way. Your office is at the Evelyn Mounts Center, so we're just all over the place.
And she's on vacation.
She's
a trooper.
Yeah.
And she brought her parents.
We love
who
a
are
live studio
visiting
audience.
from Canada.
We are worldly. We are spreading our audience everywhere. We are international, Jackie.
We are, and we've gone. Will you please listen? Will you promise to listen? Okay, I got a promise from the Canadians.
Yeah.
So, for those who might not be familiar, just explain a little bit about our adaptive recreation and veterans programs.
Yeah.
April.
So our mission is to ensure that our City of Reno Parks and Recreation programs, facilities, classes, services are accessible to individuals of all abilities. Mm-hmm. So we offer a variety of programming, everything from wheelchair rugby, wheelchair basketball. New this year, we started a wheelchair pickleball program because pickleball is the biggest sport in America
it's a
and
big
Canada,
deal.
all over. It's the biggest sport. We do sled hockey, which is my favorite, adaptive cycling, our veteran programming that we'll talk about today. We rent all of our adaptive equipment, and then we launched our adaptive cycling center out at the Rosewood Nature Study area that we operate seasonally. So we have a variety of programming, from inclusive programming in our everyday Parks and Recreation programs to these specialized programs that we offer for individuals with disabilities and veterans.
I love that. And you have equipment rental.
Yes.
And everything. All
yeah.
That's
so
great.
if we're not using it in a program, all of our equipment is available.
Tell us a little bit about what types of equipment is available.
Yeah. So everything from hiking wheelchairs to beach wheelchairs to road adaptive cycles, adaptive mountain bikes. We have a tank chair that can go out on the beach and in sand. So a variety of equipment to access any type of recreation a person with a disability might want to recreate in this area.
And then do you charge a fee for the rental?
So there's a nominal fee, and it gets cheaper as you go longer. So an individual can do a one-day rental up to a month-long rental.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So tell us a little bit about the grant that was received.
Yeah, so we received a couple different grants. Our first one was from the Department of Veterans Affairs. They put out a VA Adaptive Sports Grant. We have been stewards of this grant now for almost probably 12 years, so we're really honored to once again receive these federal funds. This year we received $25,250. This goes towards our Fit But Not Forgotten and Military to the Mountain programs. And so we're really excited to be able to continue to offer those programs to veterans here in our community.
So What is the Fit But Not Forgotten and Military to the Mountains program?
Yeah, so Fit But Not Forgotten is a fitness program that we offer now at all of our parks and recreation facilities, where we offer new classes at the beginning of every month. The veterans come through 4 classes. Once they finish those 4 classes, get an orientation to all our equipment, they receive a membership for any of our parks and recreation facilities to access the weight room, cardio room, pool, any water fitness class, yoga, and Tai Chi. And those classes are completely free for the veterans. And then the Military to the Mountain program is kind of a unique program where it's a more intensive 10-week program where veterans get to come for 9 weeks of workouts 3 times a week, and they're working towards a week on snow. So we have a group similarly training in Dallas, Texas with the Adaptive Training Foundation, and our group training in Reno, and then we come together for 1 week at Palisades, Tahoe to ski and ride after all of this training that they've put in for that 10-week program.
You really got to train the people from Dallas for snow. They don't know what snow is.
I know, but every year they come, it's dumps snow, so they can keep coming every year.
Oh, I love that. So what is the second grant that you guys received then?
So our second grant, we actually received a number of individual donations. Annually, we host a military sports camp for disabled veterans and their spouse. It's a week-long sports camp that is an opportunity to expose veterans to a variety of adaptive sports. We do receive another VA adaptive sports grant that funds most of the camp, but the camp overall, for it to be entirely free for the veterans, we have to come up with supplemental funds. So we received funding from Paralyzed Veterans of America, the Bay Area chapter, the Nevada chapter. We received funding this year from Boeing. We received funding from the Raiders Foundation. So we were able to include wheelchair football as one of the adaptive sports that we offered. So all of those smaller donations totaled $15,000 in addition to our VA adaptive sports grant to pay for the camp.
We just finished the sports camp. So what does that look like?
Yeah, so everything is completely free for the veterans. We cover all their lodging, transportation, all the activities. We do target Nevada veterans because a lot of our funding is received out of Nevada. Nevada Military Support Alliance is one of our donations. So we give registration preference to Nevadans, but there is no cost to the veteran. And this year we did a day of adaptive paddle sports on Donner Lake. We did wheelchair football. We did wheelchair pickleball. Some years we did adaptive cycling, and we had a rock climbing wall. So it's an opportunity to kind of get taste of everything in that week-long camp. So there is no sleeping. I just run them all day long to try to get in as much as we can. So
these are pretty big programs for our community to, like you said, to include everybody. How important are partnerships and grants to sustaining programs like these for the community?
So I'm known as the money fairy at work. And so
she scrambles for money all the time.
I write my own grants, but then I need to find more. So I could not do the programs that we do without the funding we receive from various foundations and grants and private donors. So that's what continues to sustain these programs. And I have a belief that if we're going to start something, we're not going to stop because we don't have funding. And so I'll find it somewhere.
So April, if someone wanted to donate, where would they go?
They can come. There's opportunities through the Community Foundation to donate to the adaptive programs or directly through our Parks and Recreation Department, but I will always take anyone's money.
Do we have it on the website, or should they just call you?
Yeah, they can call me or they can check the website, but I will absolutely take any donations.
And what's your phone number?
It's 775-333-7765.
Great. So all you fans out there, send money.
Yep.
Call in now. So these are great programs. I've been to a few of them just to take photos and stuff. So you've been doing it a lot longer than I have, though. So can you give us a little example that kind of exemplify the experience for everybody?
I think, the cool part of my job is that sometimes I'm introducing maybe an adaptive sport that is completely new after an injury, or maybe they played it in a different form before an injury, but it's an opportunity to get that introduction to adaptive sport, and it's fun to watch it click and be so exciting to then continue and become competitive again. And so some of our veterans have come to military sports camp and maybe tried a sport for the first time, and then they're competing in a regional event like the Valor Games, and then you watch them go on to an international event where I had one of our veterans go to the Invictus Games. And so it's really cool to just watch, to say, hey, I introduced you to that sport here in Reno, and look where you are now. And so that is what brings joy to my job every single day.
I love that. Is there anything else that you want people to know about the adaptive program through Parks and Rec?
Yeah, so all of our information can be found at reno.gov/adaptive. We have our own Adaptive Connect newsletter we put out. We also have our own Instagram and Facebook, so as Reno Adaptive. So if anyone is interested in getting involved in our programs, they can find us there.
Definitely follow the Adaptive page on Instagram because you guys have some great stuff that people don't always know about, like the Adaptive Bicycling Center.
Yeah, we have a wheelchair rugby tournament this coming next weekend. So if you want to see full contact wheelchair sport, come to Evelyn Mount next weekend.
April really is a one-woman show around here.
Yeah, you do a lot.
It's really phenomenal work that you're able to pull off with,
you.
Limited resources.
April, thank you so much for joining us. April's parents, thank you so much for joining us and coming all this way from Canada just for the recording of this.
Appreciate you coming in on your day off.
Absolutely.
So before we go, Reno City Manager Jackie Bryant, tell us a little bit about what residents can see on the next council agenda for November 12th, because like we said at the beginning, we are doing the second and the third week because of the holidays.
That's right. So a long-awaited presentation on the Regional Transportation Commission, which we call RTC for short. It's a study including the RTC maintenance needs study that really assesses the needs of all the roads throughout the region. How we pay for the roads and how we repair the roads is super complex. And this is really one of the first kind of global perspectives. I'm very excited about that, along with the Gwynn Center Bridging the Gap policy report. If you don't know what the Gwynn Center is, absolutely phenomenal organization that does some really deep work in the region. We're very lucky to have them. In addition to that, we're going to have a public hearing that is going to be bringing some land into conformance with our master plan. And so it'll be converting the South Valleys Regional Park to bring the parcels into conformance with the park's greenways and open space master plan land use designation. And then, of course, a variety of other little things that we do every single council meeting.
Fantastic. As always, check out the agenda, reno.gov/meetings. You can sign up for our brand new newsletter, the Reno Report. Just check it out on our website. As always, if you want to learn more about the city of Reno, check us out online at reno.gov.